Cool. Yeah. So, you know, to really do well in this industry, it just makes so much sense to have the opportunity to truly like look over a casting director's shoulders and watch them cast and watch them delete pretty quickly, probably 80 or 90% of auditions, hold on to maybe 5, 10, 15% of them, understand why they're deleting 80 or 90%, understand why they are holding on to a small percentage of them, and then watch them go through the final process of saying, okay, we have 5 that are pretty good or 10 that seem to fit the voice type, and now we need to figure out who we cast. And so having that opportunity is like crazy, crazy helpful because when you go through that, when you go through what we go through all of the time, you really understand what casting teams are listening for. So that's what tonight is. We're going through that exact process. However, rather than do it on a real job, we're doing it on our script contest. So I don't know if everyone on this call knows about our script contest, but every quarter throughout the year, we run a new script contest. So this tonight we're judging the contest that ended September 30th or 31st. I think 30 days in September. I'm not sure. Someone can correct me. And we had a lot of entries, more than we could get through in a 75-minute class. So what we did is internally, we went through all of these submissions and we took out about 30 of them. In those 30, we included a few that we felt were the best, worthy of winning first place, second place, and third place. And then we seriously just took like a random selection of about 25 others. So I have about 30 auditions to play for you. Again, we had hundreds. We get, I mean, a lot of submissions to these contests, which are great. It means that everyone's practicing and trying and doing their thing. But we are only going to go through about 30 of them or so tonight. And no matter how, what's the word? No matter how unfocused you might feel, like because it's dinner time, you're hungry, whatever, I think it would really behoove you to pay close attention and pretend that you are the casting director for about an hour and 15 minutes. Play the part of the casting director. So as I go through these submissions, I want all of you to feel absolutely welcome to blurt out your thoughts. But we have to do it really quickly. That's exactly how we cast when we are casting. And that's exactly what I want all of you to do. If you want to participate, that is. In other words, when I play the first submission, you guys might say, love it, or it's too choppy, or it's too fast, or it was so slow it sounded stilted. Whatever it is, I can hear like super fast comments, and then we'll go right on to the next one. This is an interesting thing, and I thought long and hard about this also, but I think that I'm going to go off camera when we listen to the auditions. Usually in a typical class or workshop or whatever, I'm on camera, or whoever's teaching is on camera. But I want this to be just about your ears. So I really thought, like, I was wondering, well, if I go off camera and everyone's looking at the screen, it's going to make the class like extra boring. But I thought, you know what? This is not this next 75 minutes is not about being entertaining or boring. This is about having you go through the process of casting, going through the process we go through every day when we cast, because we hire a lot of voice actors for our recording and casting department. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm going to start playing some of these. You have the script. You've seen it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going in order here. Here's the first person. We're not giving away anyone's name here. Okay. Some of these people did have slates, and I will do my best to bypass the slates. Listen carefully.
There's no better time than now to take.
Can you guys hear that? I want to make sure you can hear it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to play just a few seconds of it. About 10 seconds. Here goes.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality of your future.
Okay. Really quickly, what do you think?
I wouldn't hire that one.
Tell me why. I want to real fast, guys. Why?
Sounds a little robotic.
There's a little accent.
No confidence.
I don't believe it.
Like she's reading.
Poor articulation.
That's strong.
Right. Yeah.
I hear the enunciation from her throat. Almost.
Okay. What you guys are doing is exactly what we do. So I'm going to follow that up with something else here. She said direct, which is a less common way to say the word direct. If you look in the dictionary, both are correct, but direct is more commonly used than direct. The rule of thumb, guys, when there's multiple pronunciations, go with what the dictionary lists first. In most situations, not all, but in most situations. So now we're going to go to this one here. And I also thought her first few words were very fast. I was hoping someone would have said that. Again, her first few words were very fast, so fast that with music in the background, the first few words would be unintelligible, which in my world completely says that she's not great. I actually liked a lot of her second half of the read, much more than the first half. Here's someone else.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Too fast.
Too fast. Right. Too fast. So what we do, that one's already
Yeah.
out. Now we got through about, just a few seconds of that one. Guys, when you are auditioning at home, you need to think about exactly the exercise we're going through now. As we start to go through all of these submissions, you're going to really start to train your ears to say, now I get it. And it's going to help you. I really hope, I think it should help you book more. Okay, I'm going to someone else here. Good comment so far.
No better time than now to take control of your financial situation. Because choices you make today have a direct.
What do you think?
I like it.
Good voice.
Believable.
Yeah.
To my ears, the beginning was a little too stilted.
I agree.
Okay, someone else agrees. Yeah, it came in a little slowly, which can sound artificial, especially when it's put against music. You think about this, and he got much faster in the second half. You kind of have to think about, well, what kind of music might be used in the background? And if the music has some upbeat characteristic to it, would that slower state, that slower start match? I don't think so. So I would have said that one is just a little too slow from the onset. I liked his voice a lot. Okay, let's
He
go back.
also said financial.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said he also said financial.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to financial.
Oh, that's a word like data, or envelope, direct. We'd have to see what is more commonly used in the dictionary. What the dictionary lists first. Someone can look that up quickly if you want. Look in the dictionary, and assuming that both financial and financial are correct, which is more commonly used? When you audition for something that's nationwide or international, it's really important to go with the more common pronunciation. So if you're recording something for a small little town somewhere, it's a local spot, and that part of the country or that part of the world, they say it financial or financial, then go with what they say in that little area. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Okay, here's the next one.
There is no better time than now to take control of your financial situation because
what do you think?
They added word. They said there is.
Reading.
The intonation on the end of the sentence went up instead of down.
I'm looking at the direction here. They said the direction for this script is we want someone who sounds absolutely real, like a regular person without polished speech, who's charismatic, will prompt the listener to watch our video without sounding like a spokesperson or a salesperson. Feel welcome to warm it up and sound spontaneous without straying from the script. This is really about being natural, right? And so, yeah, that one wasn't necessarily the most natural beginning. And so, do you guys know how you can enter a script and sound natural? Does everyone know what a lead-in is? Because a lead-in would be really helpful in a spot like this, like super helpful.
No, tell us.
A lead-in is a word or a phrase that you say at the beginning of the script that helps you get into it. It helps you establish the character. So again, the client is saying they wanted this to sound supernatural and spontaneous. And the script begins with "There's no better time." So as a voice actor, when you hit record on your DAW, you stand at the microphone, it would really behoove you to say something like this, there's no better time. Just by adding that, in the beginning, really can make it sound more natural. And then what you do is you delete that lead-in, that warm-up phrase. Some voice actors don't call it lead-ins. I've heard it called pre-sentencing, pre-talking, warm-up words, whatever you want to call it is fine, but it just takes sometimes a moment to get into character. And why lose that first impression? Or, well, let me say this differently. First impression in these auditions is really critical, as you're seeing already. And so what you want to do is make sure your first impression is a strong one. So if it takes you a moment to get into character, then do it on another word that you can delete. Okay, so we're moving on here. Next one is, I need my glasses for this one. Holy cow. Oh, interesting. Okay, listen, everyone, here goes.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Thoughts?
Like it?
Pretty good.
Like
Yeah.
the pace.
Yeah, it's nice, but does it sound, guys, does it sound, does she sound spontaneous?
No.
No.
So
No.
that's the thing, guys. I haven't heard anyone really sound spontaneous. The most spontaneous one I think so far was the first person who went, in the second half especially, sounded more spontaneous. And some of you did not like that read that much. I heard a bunch of comments about that first read. To me, that first read was so far the better one. But yeah, these are good reads we're hearing in different ways, but they're not spontaneous.
Right.
And remember, the client said spontaneity in so many ways. I repeat, they said, I'm looking back at that direction, without polished speech, absolutely real, regular person, without sounding like a salesperson, without sounding like a spokesperson, doesn't sound like a voice actor, sound spontaneous, they said, without straying from the script. So that is real. Like, my goodness, in like 3 lines of text, the client has said that in like 5 or 6 different ways. That's when you should really be ad-libbing throughout your read. I think it would be terrific to ad-lib your way through this read and then delete the ad-libs. That will help it sound spontaneous, very much so. Okay, I'm going to go on to the next one here.
Good point.
Okay, listen carefully.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality.
What do you think?
Why is it so faint?
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. So the level is so low, it doesn't sound as good. And I'm not changing the level on my end. That's just submitted to us at low level. And I'm thrilled that one of these is low level, because you'll understand why it's so important to have good audio quality, right? Because things sound better when they're loud. When one audition comes in at a lower level, it's very it doesn't sound as good. Like, you already have a strike against you. I'm finding myself still looking at the camera when I'm talking, as if you guys can see me. It's weird. I don't need to do that. So you yeah, it's really important to have full level. Like, absolutely. Okay. Moving on to the next one here. Here it is.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality of your future.
That's
Thoughts?
the best one so far.
Very good.
Yeah, that was very good.
Like
So-
this.
But again, is it spontaneous?
Doesn't sound spontaneous to me.
I don't think so.
I agree. It's not the only place it sort of kind of started to sound spontaneous is when she added a dramatic pause. Somewhere here, somewhere in the middle. I'm going back about half that spot here. Let's listen.
That's why American Life Investment
Oh,
brings you this.
Let me rewind. Sorry
my
about that.
retirement planning video.
I just have to start it from the beginning. Here goes.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today have a direct
Because choices you make today have a direct impact, and that starts to sound a little spontaneous. That is a dramatic pause. That sounds a little spontaneous. But yeah, the beginning is not that that spontaneous sounding. No one has nailed that spontaneity from the onset yet. Let's keep going through.
David, would it have helped if she sounded at some point like she was searching for a word?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what you do. So if you start the script by saying, there's no better time, and you take like a little bit of that hesitation, and then you put like just 1 or 2% of that into your voice. Yeah, that definitely does it.
There's no better time to.
Yeah, that sounded, when you said to, it really sounded spontaneous. Here's someone else's.
Right now, there's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
That's interesting. I think she added a word to the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that probably was a lead-in that maybe she forgot to delete.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a more spontaneous sounding one. What do you guys think of that one? All right, I'll play that one again.
Right now, there's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
What I could do is play back past the right now that she added and then hit stop, and then we'll start it again, starting on the actual beginning of the script. Let me try that.
Right now,
So I just hit stop. Now let's listen from this point on.
there's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
And that does sound like someone just kind of talking.
But it doesn't sound compelling.
As a matter of fact, somebody she knows.
You're right. It doesn't necessarily sound compelling. That is true. This is a very good point.
I agree. Two friends talking to one another, or maybe she's just talking to another friend.
Yeah, but it absolutely sounds more spontaneous than anything else at this point. I'm keeping notes on a few, because what we will do is get down to like 5 of these, and then we'll go through and pick a first, second, third. Okay, cool. I'm going to go on to the next person here. Listen up.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today.
Thoughts, everyone?
Sounds like he's reading about it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, what gives it away? When we all say it sounds like someone's reading, what gives it away? I want to focus on this so you guys don't do it when you're running your own auditions.
Unnatural pacing.
But unnatural, I'm playing devil's advocate. Unnatural pacing would be spontaneous.
He's hitting words too hard. Like you said, they're talking to one person.
I'm troubled by the announcery hit you. Announcers are always told, hit the word you, but not in this case.
Yeah, not if you want to sound spontaneous, yes. Well, not necessarily. It depends on the script. I could think of sometimes when that might be a good thing to do in certain scripts. Let's move on to another one here. Here it is.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Thoughts?
It's not natural.
Too emotional, maybe?
Yeah, it does sound very emotional, very empathetic. Yeah.
She sounds worried.
She sounds worried, which I don't think really makes sense for this particular script.
Right. It looks like she's about to cry.
Yeah, if a client wants that empathy, they're going to say, we want empathy. We want you to sound concerned, alarmed. You know, and if because that wasn't stated, I would suggest to avoid that.
No energy.
Right. No energy.
You guys are good.
Whiny.
There's another one here.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choice.
Very rushed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super quick.
Fast.
Kind of slurred through situation.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen is we can understand the words now because we see the script. We know what to listen for. And we hear this without music and sound effects in the background. But someone listening at home, when there's music in the background, sound effects, if it's a TV spot, there's also visuals and graphics that are ticking away processing from our brain. What's left is probably not really going to be discernible. This and that's an amazing lesson for everyone. You need to hear this from the perspective of the end user, which is someone driving in their car with a radio commercial coming on. They're half paying attention because hopefully they're paying attention to the road. And the commercial is mixed with, like I said, music and sound effects. And there's no context. So it's really hard. That's just too fast. Much too fast. Okay, I'm going on to, let's see, the next one here.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation because
Yes, no.
It sounded more
I see, yes.
Yeah, I liked it.
friendly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like AI a little bit.
Should there be so much emphasis on the word now?
I think there should be.
Yeah, that's
I agree.
depends on
I
how you
think
read it.
so.
Some people speak. People speak with lots of natural emphasis, so it may make sense. Depends on their natural intonation. Here's someone else. Listen to this.
Listen, there's no better time than now to take
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
It's so hard here. Also, it's
Sounds like
only in
he's-
the left speaker, which means it's like it just sounds wrong. So
underwater.
even if we like that particular voice, it's doubtful that we would hire that particular person. Now, if we are hiring someone, and this is something to know, if we're hiring a voice actor and we're going to bring that voice actor into our studio to record them, then we don't need to worry about the quality of the audio of their audition. But I think everyone on this call knows the vast majority of the time you guys are hired to record from your home studio. And therefore, if you can't even get the audio quality right on your audition, how can someone trust you to do it for them?
Correct.
Okay, moving on here.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation because
What do you think about adding music to the background, guys? I'll give you my thoughts in a moment.
I don't think it's, I don't know.
Don't do it unless you're asked to.
Yeah.
I was told that was
Script, and the script didn't say music.
They didn't ask, don't do.
Yeah, that is I like that. If they don't ask and don't do, I like that. Yeah, it's not optimal because it makes me wonder, is there a lisp something that she's covering? Is she sibilant or pops and mouth clicky and I'm not hearing it? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at that
Or how
point.
about their studio?
Yeah. Here's someone else's.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation because choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality of your future.
Felt like a misplaced laugh.
Yeah, it's an interesting read though. I mean, it is
It
in
sounds
some
more
ways
conversational.
Very natural.
The pauses are natural.
Well, there was a lot of stops that didn't need to be, didn't flow as well because you stopped a couple of times.
Sounded like someone trying to sound spontaneous.
Feeling in his read.
Yeah, it is in some ways, I think, the most spontaneous we've heard yet by far.
Yeah, I agree.
And that is a key thing for the client. It's also one of the fastest reads we've heard. I mean, this is a very fast read. I'll play just the first 2 seconds of it again. Listen to the speed.
There's no better time.
With music in the background, that's going to be a bit difficult to hear, to figure out the words. Okay, we're moving on here.
David?
Yes.
It occurs to me that this sounds like a guy who might be talking to me in the back hallway at work or something like that, which kind of raises the issue that isn't mentioned in the director's notes. Is this a spontaneous studio interview or is this a vox pop on the sidewalk?
It's not mentioned anywhere.
It would make a difference in the quality of the audio and maybe even the manner of the person.
Yeah, it could. Absolutely. Depends on who's casting. One thing all of you should remember is that there are, I think I've numbered it, 7 different kinds of people who audition. Or sorry, 7 different kinds of people who cast auditions. And I'll briefly run through them if I can think of all 7 offhand and tell you what each of them might listen for. So sometimes the audio engineer is participating in the casting process. And when audio engineers are participating, they are hyper focused on the audio quality, sibilance, popping, mouth clicks, floor noise, and all that kind of good stuff. So because when you audition, you don't know if an audio engineer is listening or is part of that casting process. You better make darn sure that your audio quality is good, because if they are listening, you have to win them over. You have to wow them. Sometimes video editors are listening. if there's a video component to the script, and they're listening for timing, spacing, they're envisioning the visual while they listen to your audio, and it's really important to make sure you kind of space out everything. I might play you a demo in a moment to kind of, in fact, I will. I'll play you an audio a demo in a moment and show you about spacing. But first, I'll say that most of the time in this industry, when you guys audition for scripts, the client already has the video done in place, or at least mostly done. So when someone is listening to your audition, the client or the video editor, they are conjuring up a mental image of that video. Sometimes they even watch the video while they listen to your audition. So if you take words in your script that probably would be separated or spaced out on the final video, but you don't space them out, then it seems like you're going too fast. What's interesting is, to the client, to the casting team, it may seem like you're going too fast, even though you're not. It's just that you're not leaving enough space between key words. So it is incredibly helpful to book work when you space out your audio. So again, if there are words or phrases in your script, in your audition, that would be spaced out once put to video, then you should space them out. Let me play you something here. I'm going to grab a demo. I just mixed a demo for this guy. And here it is. Let me just... Okay. I just mixed this, and I put a lot of space in a documentary. Listen to the amount of space here.
And jump.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can count if you want. You can count how long the space is in terms of seconds, right? When you listen to this audio, I'll just play about 10 seconds of it at most.
This is blood. It gets everything our body needs to the right place. There are red blood cells that transport oxygen, and white blood cells that defend your body, and a liquid part of...
And so that space, those spaces are about 1.25 seconds long or so. I know it doesn't seem like that long, but 1.25 seconds is the time it takes to say 5 words. And so we put those spaces in. If someone is auditioning for that kind of narration, and you can assume that there are visuals being shown, it's really nice to put some space in your audition. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Most people who audition are scared of space. I don't know why, but we get these auditions, and like all the words that would likely be wait, someone is talking out, and I want to find out who that is so I can mute them. Oh, they've stopped. Thank you for stopping or muting yourself. So yeah, we get auditions in, and it's so evident, it's so clear that the words will be spaced out on the final video. Well, you know what? The person who is listening to your audition is imagining that that video, or even watching it. So it's really helpful if you space out your stuff. There's no way to space it out to the exact timing that the client will ultimately want. That's impossible. But putting a space in there is incredibly helpful. It absolutely will help you win more work. Okay, so let's get back to some of these auditions. Here's the next one.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make...
Thoughts quickly, everyone?
Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot emphasize strongly enough that the vast majority of people audition and rush the first word, and it's like first impression, gone, done. Slow down the first word of your audition. Ideally, and I'll take that up a notch, slow down the first word of every sentence if you tend to read too quickly. And if you have to, slow down the first word of every phrase. I don't mean to go into slow motion. Please don't go into slow motion. Just like clarify the first word. So like the first word in the script is, there's no better time. You can practice at home. You should practice at home. You should practice at home saying those first 4 words too quickly, and then saying them too slowly.
David, I was wondering if this is Tasha Curtis. Hi. I was wondering, you were stating the 7 different types of people who cast, and I was hoping to get together.
Yes, I was, and then I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. So there are, let's see, audio engineers, and they're listening for audio quality. Video engineers are listening for the spacing. Clients are listening. They just want their name emphasized. They want to make sure their name, the product is really clear. If copywriters copywriters, sorry about that, are participating in the casting process, they're listening. They're really focused on clever words, connections, and things like that that are inserted into the script. Marketing teams very often listen to the auditions and help in the casting process, and they're listening for the overall message. Right? Is the message that is intended to be conveyed to the listener? Is it being conveyed? So, like, different people are listening for different things, and that is so critical when it comes down to auditioning. You should listen back. You should record your audition at home, and then listen back to it and say, okay, if I was, and there's the keyword if I was the audio engineer, would I like this? And once you get that checklist or checked off, great. If I was the video engineer and I was imagining the visual, would I like this? And once you get that checked off, go on to the next one. So again, audio engineers, video editors, copywriters, clients, marketing teams, ad agencies. I think that's 6. Just make sure you cover all bases. That is really important. Okay. I'm going to get to some more auditions here. Everyone doing okay? We're at the halfway point. Everyone good?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go.
These are good.
I am going on to the next one here.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation because
Thoughts?
Too low.
Yeah, the recording is too low.
Yeah, it works against you. It really absolutely does. I'm already going on to another one here.
Is it financial or financial?
We know who dialed in late because we had that conversation. Hello. Totally fine.
That was late, sorry.
No worries at all. We were all waiting for you to tell us. So what's the answer? No, I'm kidding. So let me just type this person's name in here and okay. You mistype someone's name and computer can't find it. There we go. Financial or financial. I believe that both are correct. I did ask someone on the call if they could just check an online dictionary. I will repeat this because I think I know it's very important. First, I want to tell you why this question is so important and why it is worth repeating. There are
financial.
Oh, cool. A lot of voice actors lose jobs because they mispronounce keywords in the script, even client names. It shocks me to this day why a voice actor won't take the 30 seconds to check the pronunciation of a client name. You can call the company after hours and hear their voicemail system. I mean, you can find this stuff out the vast majority of the time, yet people do mispronounce words a lot. Maybe they don't catch it. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they think it could be different. But when you have a script and a word has multiple pronunciations, like often, either, data, envelope, financial, direct, look in the dictionary, see how the dictionary lists it phonetically first. What is the first example that the dictionary says is correct? And usually that is the one you go with. Okay. I don't know about financial or financial on this one. If you go to Merriam-Webster's dictionary and you play the little the sound, to hear the word, Edge Studio recorded those, which is pretty exciting. We did that. And we did the Spanish library also. Okay, I'm moving on here. We have just a few more here. Wait, did I play this one? Let's see.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation because choices you make today.
What do you guys think about that?
Not natural.
Sounds sleepy.
Strange emphasis and yeah.
But it is a little spontaneous sounding. Remember, the client stressed the spontaneity. It is a little, I think, too down. Missing some of the other qualities, but it did sound spontaneous. Okay, let's go on to this one over here. Let me make sure I'm playing the right one here. Here it is.
No better time than now to take control of your financial situation because choices you make today.
Thoughts?
Announcerish.
Announcerish. Low in volume.
Low volume.
Yeah.
Sounded like AI.
It didn't sound very clear.
Fast.
Okay, I'm on to another one already.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Thoughts?
Not spontaneous.
Reedy.
Robotic.
There are some people who have nice reads, but they're not spontaneous. It's not what the client asked for.
Sounds like a lecture.
Yeah, it's like the words are just coming at us, and that's not what the client asked for. Here is another one.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Yes?
Nice read, just not spontaneous
Sounds
again.
polished.
Yeah, yep, absolutely not spontaneous. Yeah, good read, but not spontaneous. Here's another.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial.
Too noisy,
wow.
right?
Yes.
Way too noisy and robotic sounding.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Let's see.
I wonder too if with the long lead in, someone may have just killed it before they even got to the read.
Oh, yeah, once we hear the noise, yes. I would not have listened past. No, I would not have gotten to the first word.
Sounds like he was driving to work.
Okay, here's someone else.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Sleepy.
I'd like him to read me a bedtime story.
Too low.
Yeah,
The words out.
yeah, exactly. It's just not. It's not. Doesn't have the energy that's needed. And what he did is he went very much for the, trying to be very spontaneous, but too far, much too far with that. Okay, we have about 4 or 5 left. Here's one.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Audio.
Audio quality. Yeah.
Outside. That they recorded off the iPhone or something.
David, in auditions, do you guys listen to the ones that have all this noise, or do you just eliminate it?
No, as soon as we hear the noise, we stop.
All right.
Yeah. Well, unless the voice is very hard to find, and we are going to record it in our own studios, and so we know that we're going to bring that voice actor into our place, and if it's a hard to find voice, then yes, we might listen to it, but that's not going to happen very often. Here's another one.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because
So you couldn't tell, but when I hit play, there was about 2 seconds of space.
Is it a breath?
And there was just about enough for me to almost hit stop, but she got in just before I hit delete. Thoughts on her?
I liked it.
Yeah, let me play that again.
there's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
So I hear it being much too choppy. So here's what I'm hearing. This is one of the big things that pet peeve by far of casting teams, choppiness. She said, there's no better time now. There's no better time than now. Pause to take control. Pause of your financial situation. Would you ever put commas where I just paused? If you were writing a script?
No.
No, because commas would look disconnected, and to me, they sound disconnected. There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation. It's like, it's lots of little phrases. It doesn't flow together. It doesn't sound like someone saying, talking off the cuff, like, listen, dude, you know, there's no better time than now to take control. Just to blend those words together makes it sound much more natural. But in many ways, it's a good voice. Again, a lot of the voices are good. Sometimes the audio quality is really good, but it's not. It's missing one key feature, whether it's the energy or the spontaneity that's so key. I have, I think, just one more here to listen to on our list for today. Here goes.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make.
Any thoughts, guys?
Too low.
Audio.
Low level audio.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have 5 left here. Yeah, we have no, 2 sorry. 2 more to go. 2 more that we have slated to play for today. Let me play these. And then we're going to kind of go back and listen to a few of them that I've marked off that might be some of the best. Okay, here is one of them.
There is no better time than now to take control of your financial situation because
A young person auditioning, which is fun, right? Puts a different spin on it. Like the client never said what age they're looking for.
Sounded spontaneous.
Yeah, it's a little. I think it's a little too theatrical in my ears.
Looked like a little kid would talk.
It definitely captured my attention.
It did, but did it catch your attention because it was different and you didn't expect it, or because it's actually a good read? I'll play it again. Listen back and tell me which you think it is.
there is no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
It turned my spine to glass. Sorry, I didn't like it.
I didn't either.
A little cutesy on the read.
Yeah, it's a little theatrical.
That sort of sounded like an adult talking like a child.
Okay, this is the last one we're going to play today.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation.
Okay, music we've talked about already is definitely a concern. When we hear auditions with the music, we think, well, are they covering something? Are they hiding something like mouth noise, room tone, mouth clicks, buzz, whatever hiss? The read, guys, any thoughts?
Too polished.
Overwrought.
What an interesting word to use. Yeah.
Star Trek.
Okay, we have five that the top here are the top 5. Okay, let's go back and listen to these 5. I have all 5 open in front of me. Here's number 1 again. I'm going to give you my quick thoughts. Okay, listen to number 1. I'll just give you my quick thoughts. Here we go. Number 1.
There's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality of your future. That's why American Life Investment brings you this My Retirement Planning video.
I really like the way she put a little hesitation before the name of the video. It really makes it sound like it's in quotes. A couple of words are a little mispronounced, right? Some of us talked about that earlier today when the first time we even played it, 45 minutes ago. If I was to send that person a script and say, can you record this from your home? Like, here's 20 hours of content to record from your home. I would not be satisfied at this point because there might be some mispronunciations along the way. If I was directing in person, I think she sounds spontaneous. She has a nice combination, a nice balance, I should say, of spontaneity and energy, right? It's a very natural, low-key, friendly, warm energy. Might be nice to introduce a video. But let's listen to the next person here. This was person number 2.
No better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality of your future. That's why American Life Investment brings you this, My Retirement Planning video.
Also a nice combination, a bit more cheery, which is nice. A very nice introductory voice. Nice, much more clarity. I would put this person over the last person just because there are fewer pronunciation things. You guys with me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, agreed.
Here, person number 3.
No better time than now to take control of your financial situation, because choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality of your future. That's why American Life Investment brings you this My Retirement Planning video.
Not quite as natural sounding. I feel like she's close, right? That's like someone who would be shortlisted for sure, I think. Let me play number 4 here of the 5 that we have.
Right now, there's no better time than now to take control of your financial situation. Choices you make today have a direct impact on the quality of your future. That's why American Life Investment brings you this, My Retirement Planning video.
So I spoke about that one. Too choppy to me. but very spontaneous sound. The fifth person was that guy who was just way too fast. So if we assume that this person who I just played is way too choppy, that leaves us the other three as the top three. And I would have said number 2 of those top 3 would be first place. Then the first person we played would be second place. I'm marking this down. And the woman who we played previous to this last one, person number 3 would be third place. At least I'm thinking that right now. So listen, if you can very quickly, what were the biggest takeaways of going through this exercise, keeping in mind that we do this multiple times every day, and without an audience, by the way, we just, we can go much, much faster than we did today, of course. But what were the big takeaways? I don't want long sentences. I just want like interesting to hear this or never thought about that. Just real fast. What were your takeaways?
Good audio quality is really important.
Yeah, keep them coming, guys.
Pronounce the words correctly.
Consistency in the delivery.
Speed is everything.
Who listens?
Pay attention to directions.
Pay attention.
Direction is most important.
Why train? They want someone who sounds like they haven't.
My natural voice, I think, is my best voice. I haven't even done a demo yet, and I've been trying to figure that out. But what I'm hearing is that your natural voice, just how you feel it, is probably your best ally, or at least my best ally.
What a great comment. And let me take that a step further. When you narrate subject matter that you enjoy talking about, that enthusiasm is like translated from the microphone to the ears of the listener. So if you are comfortable in your natural voice and you read things that you enjoy reading about, you could do great. It's amazing.
That's why my son's favorite childhood book is my principal reading.
Your tips on reading the instructions, five ways to say spontaneity, that was really helpful.
Yeah, it's shocking to me sometimes when voice actors come to me, pros, and they say, you know what, David, I just listen back to this audition I read. I submitted it. I should have won it. I felt like I should have won it. Why didn't I? And I listen and I look at the direction and I listen to the read and I say, of course they didn't hire you because they asked for X and you gave them Y. I mean, yeah, it's about doing it their way. I am so impressed with the comments that you guys gave. I could have let you guys run this thing. You didn't even need me. It was awesome hearing you guys talk about you starting to listen to these things and saying, oh yeah, that one's out because of the low quality, or no, too choppy. That is what you need to do when you listen back to your own auditions. So we have chosen first, second, third place winners, which is super cool. We write up an article on the general reasons why some people won in these contests and some people didn't. So that article will come out in probably about a week from now. We will broadcast that. Guys, you're awesome. Awesome. Thank you. It was really great to hear you guys all getting into it and talking. And I'm so glad that you did this.
Well, thank you.
So am I, because you certainly didn't have to. It's greatly appreciated. Knowledge is king, and using it correctly. But I appreciate it.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you, David.
Pleasure. I wish you all.
Thank you a lot.
Yeah, my pleasure. I wish you all a fantastic night.
Thank you, David.
You too.
Thanks, David.
You should all submit for all of you should submit for the next audition, for the next contest rather. It's free. The contest is also free, and you can win prizes. So,
sure. David, how do you find the competitions?
Oh, the contest?
Contest, yeah. How do we find them?
Under here, you can still see my screen.
Yes.
Under resources is script reading contest right here.
Oh.
So again, go to resources and then scroll down to script reading contest.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm clicking it right now. And so, yeah, free voiceover script reading contest. And down here, this is the current contest right now, which began October 1st. Goes through the end of the year. We do these quarterly. So this is the title of the contest. This is when we'll accept entries. This is the script.
Wow.
So yeah, you can all submit your audition for this. You have until December 31st. You can't say there's not time. There's no excuse. You have
There's
3 months.
time.
And then yeah, maybe we'll do this again at the end of this contest.
Yeah, that'd be
Please.
great. Keep us posted.
Yeah, and you can always check out past contests here. Cool, guys. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you. Thank you, David.
Hi.
Good night.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you, David.
Very much.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.